Okay, can you see my slides? Can anyone see my slides?
Yes, Dali.
Yes, yes.
Yes, carry on.
Okay. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous. Okay, hello, assalamualaikum and a very good evening to all the respective lecturers and also my fellow classmates. So today my name is Nur Adelien binti Ahmad Maizan and I'm from Pdpp Tesl XD4, and today I'm going to present about my mid practicum reflection or RPP. So just a simple one about me. So my name is Nur Adelien binti Ahmad Maizan, as I mentioned before, and currently my practicum school is at SK Bekor, which is located somewhere in the Manong area or Kuala Kangsar area, about 30 to 35 kilometer from Kuala Kangsar. And during this practicum, I am currently teaching class 2 Bestari and teaching as English, and my supervisor is Dr. Kana Kambal, and my cooperating teacher is Puan Surya. So sorry. Okay, so as you can see here, this is my school that I'm currently undergoing my practicum. So SK Bekor is basically was built around 1926. So in this school we have about 20 teachers, and we have like 3 different races in our school, which are 50% of Malay students, 50% of orang asli students, and also we only have one Indian students. So okay, that's all for my school. Next, moving on. So during this presentation, I will share 5 main topics, which are: the first one is the prior knowledge and skills that I have gained from the IPT, then I applied in my schools. And second is about knowledge and skills gained in school. Number 3 is about innovation that I've created in my school. Number 4 is comment and reaction towards the teaching experience in the school, and also the number 5 is the problems or challenges that I face at my school during the practicum time. So, okay. So for this one, for the first one, which is the prior knowledge and skills that I have gained from the IPT and I applied in my schools. The first one is the ADUP 2082. Which is the psychology that was taught by Dr. Tan. So I chose the cognitive learning theory because I use the cognitive learning strategies to create a great learning environment for my students, because my students are encouraged to think about their thinking as a means to help them to unlock a concept or subject that they are struggle with. Because as you know, my school consists of orang asli students, so they have the difficulty to talk or to understand English. Even some of my students, they were not able to speak to read ABC. Some of them didn't know ABC, so that's why I use the cognitive learning theory. So in order to help them to catch something that they don't understand, and I think that is my job as a teacher, for to help them to learn English that they are currently struggle with. So, and the strategies used are by asking questions, and by, other than that, by think aloud activities. And sometimes we have the people demonstrates their work in front of the class, so that in order for them to encourage them to speak, or at least to know, to expand their vocabulary and so on. Because I choose to use the cognitive learning strategies to create a great learning environment for my students, because as I said earlier, they are encouraged to think about their thinking as a means to help them to unlock a concept or strategies, a subject, a concept or subject they are struggle with. So as we know, some of the learners struggle with more things than other. So I mean that the fast learner they have that particular things that they are struggling with, and that is same applied to the weak, low proficiency students, where they are struggling more and more to in order for them to understand what am I conveying to them, what am I trying to deliver to them during the lesson. So I think it's my job as a teacher to work towards my to work towards my students in order for them to understand and also to learn. And in my class, where I think my job to work hard to help my students who need my help and also my extra attention. So what can I relate recently is about the CUP, or the catch-up plan recently that have been introduced by the government. I think that one is a good move, because through that CUP program, my students have been divided into three main group, which are the first one, the kukuh one students, or the person that with the low proficiency, and also the remedial and also the enrichment students. So they were grouped together so that the fast learner will have to cope with their struggles, so they can work towards the things that they can do better, and at the same time I can focus on my slow learner students, so through that differentiated learning. So I think that one can be related to the cognitive learning theory, where we encourage them to think about the thinking and also the things or the subject that they are currently struggle with. So that is one of the theory that I've been using to my class. And second one is behaviorism theory. I believe that for educators itself, behaviorism is very important, because it influences our students on how to react and also behave in our classroom. So this theory really helps me to understand on how to motivate my student, and also to how do I help them in my class? How do I encourage them to read, even they don't know how, they can't dia tak kenal ABC. So I have to work hard in order for them to encourage them to at least learn, and to learn ABC, and from time to time they can speak a little bit, and also speak some kind of like good morning teacher. I think that one is a good move already. And for me, the behaviorism theory really helps me to understand how to motivate my students and help my student in my class. So in this theory, I use a few strategies with drills technique, where I drill them. I do the drills repetition, like we repeat the same until you get the answer, or until you understand what I am trying to convey. And also the question and answer, and also the positive reinforcement. So for this behaviorism theory, what I was normally did was I tell my students that when they listen to my instructions, or they follow them quickly, or and if they behave very well, and there is more time for them for the reward at the end of the day, or I will let them go back early. So that that orang asli student, they were very like, they want to go home like early. So when I did that, so they will like work very hard in order for them to complete my task on time, and as the reward, they can go back early. So this gives the student, not to say the orang asli, but all my students, this give my students the motivation to follow that social behavior. And next is the PRKA 2045, where I can, through this subject, especially when I deal with my supervisor, Dr. Kana. I know that she hasn't come to my school yet, but she's coming this Thursday. So from this subject, I learned on how to build an accurate and student-centered daily lesson plan. And also, through this subject, when I ask when I send her my DLP for the first observation before this. So she helped me with, to make improvement on my lesson plan, and it must follow the latest format that has been set by the IPG and also by the IPG. Okay, so next. All right, knowledge and also skills gained in school. So basically through this practicum, I have gained a new knowledge where I learned about student management in a new norm, where we are currently dealing with the pandemic and so on, and the role of teachers in imparting the knowledge to our students. So from this one, at first, actually I did work as a guru ganti, but it was in sejarah in higher school before, but it was like 3 to 4 years past, and now by the practicum, when I was accepted by posted as the interim teacher, I learned new knowledge other than what I learned during my time as a guru kanti before. So because that time I teach sejarah, but now I teach English, and this kind of a new knowledge really helps me to, in order for me to manage my students, my pupils, because when I was first posted in the school in SK4, there were this school is very lack of teachers, because we only have like 20 teachers in total. So they appoint me as the class teacher, and by that time I have zero knowledge on how should I manage my students, on how should I carry on their data and so on. So this kind of opportunity really give me the new knowledge that I'm seeking for, that I'm sure that will be very meaningful and also useful for my entire career journey in the future. And also I also learned about the reality of school. I learned about the realities of the real school atmosphere in SK4, whereas this school is definitely something like a new environment for me, because I have never dealt with the orang asli people. So this that the rural area kind of school where we met different races of pupils, and it's really opened my mind on that, where I can learn the reality of the schools nowadays, and with all the challenges that we're currently facing as the teacher right now, and it really helps me to open my mind. And definitely I gained some new skills, because I was able to learn about classroom control and on how the administration and management of the school work through the position held in the school, such as the position of as class teacher, head of committee, and so on. Because this recently for this transition, so before this I was a class teacher for year 2, so I have not dealing with the transition program and so on. But this year it was really a new challenge, and I would say that it's very stressful for me as a new teacher, where I have to figure out about the what is transition module. I have to study the transition kit that have been sent by the KPM. So I think that one really make me a new teacher, but I think my skills have been higher from time to time. So these are among the things that knowledge and skills that I have gained in school throughout my practicum time. So next. Okay, so for innovation created in school, I am not sure whether this can be called as innovation, but as for me, I did as the head committee, so I did the HIP board for my school. Because for your information, when I was first came to the school, all the information boards were blank, or there were they will never put any information for the students to look around, to read. So that all the boards there were initially blank. So what I did was I did this HIP board I did when I first started my practicum, because I am scared that Dr. Kana will come and she will ask what did I do during the practicum. So I prepared that one. I prepared a board that was initially blank at first. But it's now filled with, I think, various information about HRP programs and learning corners that can be accessed and read by all my students. So what I noticed is when we had this HRP board, I told my cooperating teacher that I want a board. This board is about is located at the walking corner, walking where people can stop by when they are going to the canteen. So I noticed that when I set this board, so the people when they are coming to the canteen, they will stop by and read. And after that, teacher, I saw my photo in the board, so they kind of like proud, and they seems really happy. So I hope that it somehow helps my student not even to look at their picture, but as well as to read some of different all the information that I have set in the information board. So next is school tagging and also motivational quotes. So apart from just pasting the English motivational words in my school area, I've also tagged the entire school area with English words in order to help my students to expand their vocabulary. So this time, I just find some interesting motivational quotes, and I eliminate it. I eliminate it, and I paste around the schools, and as well as the tagging. I did the tagging as for that, so that the peoples know what is sing means, what is office. So I hope that that this little effort from me can help my students to expand their vocabulary, or maybe and can help them to know and to be interested more in the English. Because as what I can see, they like to greet me like, "Good morning, teacher. Good evening, teacher." Only to me, but the problem is only to me. They didn't do this to the other teachers. So they like, I think that they feel proud, or they feel happy when they can speak in simple words in English, like, "Good morning, teacher. Good morning. Good evening, teacher. Good afternoon, teacher." So I think this like small gestures from the students really makes me happy, because I just want to share that all of these efforts, or so-called the innovations, was I did on my own. I never asked for any budgets from the school. I did all on my budget. So I think, I really hope that this can help my students to at least improve their English, and I really hope that they can be more interested in English. Okay, next. So these are among the pictures that I took, because accidentally, sorry, it was my mistake that I forgot to took the before and after picture. So I just took the after picture, and these are among my works at my school. So in my schools, I made an English corner in each of the class. So meaning that like you see in the prepositions, even though I am the class teacher of One Harapan tahun 1, but I did paste the proposition in year 5 class, so that they can learn, or they can refer to when we are having our English class. So these are among my works. So my comments and reaction towards teaching experience in school. So I have received very good guidance and cooperation from the teachers at my school, since I am a new teacher, but so much of my knowledge and experience has been gained as a result of guidance and discussion with other teachers. And through the assignment and also the positions given in the school, such as like I mentioned before, as the class teacher and head of committee, and the other side tasks, I have also been able to acquire more new, some new skills such as how to control the classroom, how to manage student data, and so on. So I'm just want to share because when I first been posted to the school, I have no mentor or any English teacher in the school. So I was actually very lost at the first until because we haven't started the IPG at the first. So I always refer to my friends on on how should I do the RPH and how do I read, how do I understand the SKP, and because at my school there were no English teacher. There was one English teacher, but at that time a few months, I think about 2 months after I was posted, she got transferred to other school. So I was really lost at that time. So but now I'm still learning and I'm still trying to improve myself from time to time. But indeed, it was a very meaningful, I would say, a meaningful experience that I've received when I first posted, and until now I'm still learning. Same as my students. Okay. All right. So the problems faced during practicum. So as I said before, the people's perception towards the English language, as we know, students in rural schools have difficulty in understanding and also communicating in English. So that were my main, not to say my main, but among my main challenges and problems that I faced during my practicum time. But slowly I am trying to help and help my students to 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 do better, or to at least be interested in learning English from time to time. And also the mixed ability classroom, I am faced with the challenge of teaching students of mixed abilities, not to say mixed abilities, but different proficiency or the different learning understanding level, to make sure that they understand my lesson. And the time management, this one I really need to improve on my time management, because there were times when the lesson that I want to deliver on that day cannot be completed in the allotted time, because as I said earlier, my class, we only have one class for each grade, so it kind of it's kind of packed, and I need to sometimes to extend my time for that lesson on that day and bring it tomorrow. So I think that time management, I should really improve on my time management, and how do I control my students. Okay, I think that's all from me. With that, I say thank you.
Any questions?
May I? Okay, actually, it's not a question. I would, Madam Umay, may I?
Yes, doctor.
Yes, doctor, go on.
Okay, Adeline, well done. What I could see is that you showed a lot of compassionate in your whatever work that you have done, because knowing your school has no English optionist teacher, and I see that you have played indeed a very crucial and essential part, yeah, where I can clearly see that you have upgraded the upgraded a lot of things there. Yeah, please continue doing that. Yeah, God bless you. Because when you mentioned about the school being in a rural area, I'm yet to find out. Yeah, I see that, you know, you have put a lot of effort and love. I could really see that there is love, yeah, in what you were doing. But surprisingly, with the permission from Madam KJ and Madam KU, this is my personal viewpoints. What I've observed from the 6 students who have been presenting their reflection, I noticed that only 1 or 2 stated they gained a lot of knowledge from the TSLB subjects. It's a big question mark for me, yeah, because I want to represent only myself. I want to in fact, probably later on or tomorrow, you can inform us what is actually that is lacking in TSLB, because most of you were relating or connecting the knowledge that you gained with EDUP. There was nothing said, nothing much, yeah. Some did say, but nothing much said on the teaching of or the pedagogy of TSLB. I would say that, yeah. Did we lack somewhere? Or what is actually not fulfilling? That is my concern, my personal concern, yeah. Or maybe you were looking into the aspects of integrating basically all the 6 students so far. You were looking at the class management per se. I was like expecting someone to at least highlight about the DSKP or CEFR, you know, things like that. Maybe my expectation is, beyond, or I'm a little bit ambitious to know things that you are not thinking yet. Yeah, but these are some concerns of mine. So please do share or inform us. But overall, so far, I think all 6 of you did great. You managed to identify the flaws or and many of you, I think you did your needs analysis very practically. And I believe whether it was online learning or now face-to-face, you are doing your very best. Yeah. Thank you so much. And God bless all of you.
Thank you, Doctor. Can I continue to the next person?